On November 13th, Kitco News said something very interesting, and I quote, "Silver has been exhibiting a strong bullish trend, and it recently broke out of a key resistance level," Kitco News noted, and I quote, "This breakout suggests that silver could be poised for a significant rally, potentially reaching $50 per ounce in the near future." Welcome back, my friends. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is Silver Slayer. Folks, if you are new, welcome. This is your one-stop shop for everything related to silver. I do daily videos. I do giveaways. I have a podcast. I do analytical breakdowns of the price. I look at supply and demand fundamentals, the deficits. I go over the silver shortage. I go over the corruption between not only the COMEX, but also the financial system. I do everything over here on a daily basis. So welcome. We have 3 different articles we're going to be breaking down. One is talking about the silver price forecast. Silver rallies again today. Another one is talking about how silver price awaits more rise, which was also written today. So we're looking at the future. And this one is talking about the future, which is silver bulls could be ringing in for the holidays. A lot of bullishness going on right now in the silver world. And there is data to back up the reasoning why. So it's not just someone throwing out some crazy conspiracy. That's what the data is pointing towards right now. Silver bulls could be ringing for the holidays, which is very interesting. We usually see the holiday season ending the year pretty bearish, but a lot of things are happening. And that's why I always tell people, you cannot go off of the past as predicting what will happen to the future. That's why I always say forecasts and price predictions take with a grain of salt, because there's so many unknown variables. We have no idea, especially nowadays. We have no idea what's going to happen, and anyone who pretends they do not listen to them. So the $50 an ounce claim is very interesting. I've heard a lot of people that are very, very bullish on silver, but saying the near future, what does that mean? Does the near future mean next year? Does that mean early next year? Does that mean in a couple of years? What is the near future? You can't just say a claim like that. I could say silver is going to hit triple digits soon. But does soon mean next month, or does soon mean in a couple of years? That's a big difference. That makes a huge difference. So before we jump into the price analysis for today, what silver's price is doing today and why, I wanted to go over this article because it is a little more interesting. It's the article where Kitco News talks about $50 per ounce in the near future. I figured you guys would want to hear the meat and potatoes before we get into the day-to-day stuff. Since this is a little more interesting, I'd rather do this so you guys don't have to wait. So here is an article written November 13th. As we get deeper into the holiday season and 2023 winds down, technical indicators could reveal that silver bulls could benefit as the new year fast approaches. And by the way, if you guys are going to purchase silver, a lot of opportunities over the holidays. There's Black Friday, Cyber Monday. The new coins come in by Black Friday. Usually the 2024 pandas will be out by then. Because every year, you guys know I love pandas. Every year, I buy all of my pandas at Black Friday and Cyber Monday. A lot of coins don't come out until next year, early next year. Kookaburras usually do by the end of the year. Pandas always do. But a lot of coins start early 2024. So a lot of opportunities. But anyways, over the past year, the precious metal has been rising above 6% despite an ever-increasing dollar amid the Fed's tightening of monetary policy. Recent geopolitical events have spurred a demand for safe haven assets like precious metals, causing it to push more than 3% higher the past month. If technical indicators prove correct, that bullishness could continue. And let me make something very clear. You don't have to make this rocket science. There is a direct correlation between silver demand and silver's price, right? Everything happening nowadays has pushed a demand for safe havens, pushing the price higher. We know Safe haven demand, especially for silver being an industrial metal, is going to boom over the next decade. This is not a theory. This is a fact, given that we're going green with every automobile company by the year 2030 is going to be electric as we flood the world with solar panels and 5G towers. This is not a theory. And since there's a direct correlation between demand and price, demand is going to be booming. So what does that tell us about the price? It's not rocket science, especially given that we cannot even come close to the demand we need with record-breaking supply deficits already, and we're just now entering this Green New Deal. Hundreds of millions of ounces in the red. I just really want people to understand, anyone who's like, oh, silver's never going to hit above $25 or whatever, you're not looking at the bigger picture. You're looking at the day-to-day, and you're probably looking at it from a monetary perspective, more as silver used with gold, comparing silver to gold, not looking at the other side of the coin, pun intended, which is the industrial sector. So silver's been exhibiting a strong bullish trend and recently broke out a key resistance level. Kitco News noted, if this breakout suggests that silver could be poised for a significant rally, potentially reaching $50 per ounce in the near future. What does the near future mean, though? Of course, one of the features of investing in this precious metal is its uncorrelation to the broad market, giving it diversification benefits to an investor's portfolio. And that's, that's the best thing I think silver has going for it, is it's not attached to spot price or anything like that in stock markets. And when I said spot price, yes, I mean silver's spot price. It's detached from that even. I'll explain that in a second. But silver can take on a life of its own, regardless of what the dollar index is doing, regardless of even what gold's doing, because it's used for completely different reasons. Why is silver so directly correlated to gold when they're used for two completely different things? And I think those different things will start to favor silver being more valuable. Silver is extremely undervalued. But what I mean about spot price is no matter who says that 1 ounce coin is worth what is irrelevant, because the coin's value price is the 1 ounce inside of it, not the price tag. And once you understand that, yes, if silver hits $50, that doesn't mean silver rose. That means the dollar declined in purchasing power. It needs more and more and more dollars to equal that ounce. It's not backwards. It's not silver being more valuable in dollar terms. It's the dollar weakening. And that's why everything costs more nowadays. People look at it backwards. But anyways, given the precious metal's recent tilt towards the upside, this metal's bullion could make for a timely holiday gift. Investors should consider adding silver to their portfolios to capture this potential upside, Kitco News added. One of the attractive features of investing in this precious metal offers the duality of serving as a safe haven asset as well as its industrial usage. This can help metal thrive during market upside and downside, offering further versatility and portfolio diversification. Best of both worlds, upside and downside. When gold only benefits when in times of economic uncertainty. Silver exposure options, we're not going to go into this because I'm not going to promote the PSLV or the SLV, because I always say, if you can't hold it, you don't own it. If you cannot hold it, you don't own it. Buy the physical. Just buy the physical. If you guys want to find a reliable, trusted, respected place to purchase with great prices and weekly deals, go to Miles Franklin. Send an email to info@milesfranklin.com. We have weekly deals every single week. Let them know Silver Slayer sent you. Ask what this week's deals are. I'll post them in the description. Ask for the price sheet. They will hook you up. A very respected company. So here is today's market technical analysis. Silver's rallied a bit during the trading session on Wednesday as we test the recent highs yet again. And that being said, the market is likely to continue to be very noisy. And of course, silver's quite often very difficult to get a handle on anyways. Of course it is, right? Silver is very volatile, and that's because it's a much smaller market than gold. That's why people call silver like the devil's metal. It hits higher highs and lower lows. If gold's going to rise 5%, silver will rise 10-15%, but also the opposite. So it's also worth noting that we had given back some of the gains at the very top of the candlestick, so whether or not we can break out remains to be seen. Somewhere around $24 level, there are a lot of traders willing to short this market, but I also believe that the market's going to be paying more attention to the bond market than anything else. After all, interest rate markets have a directly negative correlation. So underneath, we have the 200 daily EMA offering support at the bottom of the daily candlestick. So that's obviously an area that we need to pay close attention to. If we were to break below the 200-day EMA, then the market could drop down to the 50-day EMA. But at this point, it looks like there would be plenty of buyers underneath given enough time. And I definitely think so as well, especially given the economic uncertainty, the geopolitical risk, the 2024 election. I feel like a lot of people are understanding silver's true value, and if the price drops, they're not going to be panic selling and freaking out. I feel like a lot of people nowadays will take advantage of that more than panic, where previously a lot of people give up. So adding to some of the noise in the market is the fact that the PPI numbers came out hotter than anticipated, directly contradicting the CPI numbers during the previous session. In other words, expect to see a lot of noisy behavior, and therefore you need to be very cautious with your position sizing. It's also worth noting that the silver market has shot straight up in the air over the last couple of days, and therefore a little bit of pullback in re-entry makes more sense than anything else. So what did that mean? That means there is going to be a correction soon, which is healthy. It can't just go up, 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 because then it will go down, down, down. It needs to go up a little bit, then pull back a little bit. A correction is the correct thing. Look at Bitcoin in 2016. It shot from like $1,200 to like $12,000 in like a couple of months. And that's why it crashed and took years to recover. So if we break above the $24 level, it is likely that we could go looking to the $25 level. So summarize, or to sum it up, in general, I think this is a market that continues to consolidate overall, so I find silver a bit too expensive at this point, but I would follow the momentum if we did break out. Something that is possible at this point in time is likely that market just simply chops around and causes more volatility than anything else. If you think that $23.41, I think it was, if you think that's too expensive for an ounce of silver, then you should not be investing in silver. That is insane. That is absolutely insane to say. Think of $23. Think of a $20 bill and then three $1 bills, and look at an ounce of silver. And then also consider that every ounce of silver you own, 250 other people own that same ounce online on the COMEX, except they don't actually own it. They think they do. They think if they turned in those contracts, they would be able to claim their silver, but they can't. There's not a 1-to-1 ratio. It's corrupt. It's a facade. It's an illusion. And if you consider that, knowing that as well, then $23 for an ounce is saying that's too expensive is insane. That's nuts. But anyways, obviously he's looking at this more from a trading perspective, but we're a core silver stacking channel over here. So we're going to cover the noise. We're going to talk about what silver price is doing, but maybe we'll look at it from a little bit of a different angle than someone that's trading on the, the SLV or PSLV. Because I always say, if you can't hold it, you don't own it. So, we're going to wrap this video up here. Let me know what you guys think about this. Do you guys think that silver will be rallying during the holidays? And also, are you guys going to be taking advantage of the Black Friday, Cyber Monday deals? What coins are you going to get? I'd love to know. Anyways, make sure you subscribe, like the video. If you like the video, we are on the road to 100,000 subscribers. Thanks for tuning in. This is Silver Slayer. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.